Part 3, Chapter 4. That night I bury myself in my homework, but at bedtime I still don't feel like I've made a dent. There's so much reading to do, especially in language and history, but what worries me most is math, especially the new assignments. Today's math, yesterday's math, they're adding up quickly to tomorrow's headache. I tried calling Fiona but can't reach her. First, she's at track, then she's out with her mother, then she's busy with something else. At 10:30, I give up and tell myself that I'll get her to help me in the morning. But in the morning, Fiona calls to say she overslept and Mom barely gets me to school on time. There is absolutely no chance for Fiona to help me during the morning classes, and at lunch she rushes off to some meeting. "Hey," I call after her, "I really need help with math." "I'm sorry," she calls back. "If I could get out of this, I would." She's gone, and I'm left leaning on my crutches, not even knowing where she's going. That's so important. "Darn," I grumble, and I'm feeling very frustrated as I hobble toward the courtyard to eat lunch Mom packed me. I'm hating math, hating Miss Rucker. Plus, I don't even know where I'm going to eat or who I'm going to sit with. It's been ages since I've had lunch in the courtyard, and the closer I get to it, the more I do not want to go there, especially without Fiona. I'm also feeling really dumb about Rosa. Why didn't I call her last night? I'm so mad at Miss Rucker and mad at myself, and I'm hobbling by the 400 wing when I remember. Rosa eats in room 402. I stop for a second, then turn and find the room. And when I peek through the door, there's Rosa in her wheelchair, laughing with two other girls in wheelchairs. There are also two boys and a teacher in the classroom. The boys are working on an impressively large Lincoln log house that's made out of pretzel sticks. The teacher's reading a book. "Hey," Rosa calls, beaming a bright smile my way. I hobble in and sit in a chair near her. I am so lost in math. "I'll help you," she says. Her voice sounds a little like voices do when you try to talk underwater, but now it's music to my ears. "Oh, thank you," I say, and pull out the assignment. First, Rosa introduces me to her friends. This is Leisha and Panny. The guys are Illy and Twent. I translate this to mean Alicia and Penny, Billy and Trent, but I'm not entirely sure. "And I'm Mrs. Wall," the teacher calls with a friendly wave. "You must be Jessica." I nod and smile, but I feel a little uncomfortable that she already knows who I am. Rosa gets right down to the math. She shows me her homework and points me through the steps as she explains the problems. "Okay, to find the first three iterates of this function, here's what you do." I struggle to understand her, especially since she's speaking math, a language I'm already having trouble with. But seeing her work really helps, and at the end of each problem she forces me to get it by making me do the problem on my own without looking at her paper. She's patient and encouraging, and every time I solve a problem right, she says, "See, you're getting it." And as I begin solving them on my own, she smiles and says, "See, it's easy." And with her help, that's what it becomes. Well, almost, anyway. When the warning bell rings, I pack up my things, and Rosa says, "I can help you anytime." "Thanks," I say back, and this time I know that I'll take her up on it. "I can come over too," she says. I hesitate, wondering how in the world that would work, or how she could even offer. It would probably be a lot easier for me to go over to her house. But again, my mind is defaulting to relying on Fiona for help. Then she totally surprises me by saying, "I would love to meet your dog. He seems so happy." I blink at her. "How do you know my dog?" I'm feeling very strange, not fully grounded, and it flashes through my mind that I've been stalked by a girl in a wheelchair. She laughs at my expression. "You used to run by my house. I live on Marigold, the house with the mermaid fountain." For some reason, she's becoming easier to understand. I barely have to decipher at all. "I know that house. You're about half a mile from me. I'm on Harkin." "See," she says with a lopsided smile as she motors toward the door. "We're neighbors." Mrs. Wall calls, "Bye, girls," as we leave, and adds, "Come back anytime, Jessica. You're always welcome." "Thanks," I call back. Then I hobble off to class.